All right, let's talk about Brock Purdy and the 49ers here, who had a good day against the Washington Commanders. It wasn't a great day. Washington did keep it kind of close for a while, but the offense really pulled away. And I want to talk about Purdy because I thought he actually played really well in this game. One of the rare instances where the bulk stats are nothing crazy, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but on just 28 passing attempts. So still a very good yards per attempt, still a very good passer rating in this football game. Rating actually ended up 124.7, so numbers good. What is the tape? The tape was very good as well. Starting off with this play, it's going to be a passing play. They're actually going to try to get Kyle Juszczyk the ball here in open space, as they're going to have a receiver run a route to try and get the corner out of the way. Juszczyk kind of starts off as though he's just running towards the sideline, but then he's going to run further deep. Hopefully the corner has been taken out of the area. When Purdy takes the snap, he's going to run a play action, and a linebacker, to Washington's credit, is actually playing this pretty well. He stays back with Juszczyk. This is what you want to do if you're Washington, and you have to know these types of plays are going to be coming. If you're going up against San Francisco, for some reason, a lot of good teams still get fooled by this, and again, it's because they still dial it up really well. Even if you know it's coming, sometimes it's hard to cover it. But here, Washington playing it well, not a ton of separation. But look at this beautiful throw. It is not quite caught, but there was pass interference anyway, so no harm, no foul there. I mean, you would have liked the touchdown, but either way, it was a beautiful throw from Purdy. That's all he can do is put it in a catchable spot, and he did exactly that. So, hey, everyone talks about the times when Purdy throws it 7 yards and the receiver takes it for 70. Well, sometimes it goes the other way too. More often than not, it's the first way, but there are these examples as well. Really good throw from Purdy. Also heading over to one like this, where it's going to be a zone coverage play. You have Deebo Samuel running a route, trying to get into a gap in coverage. And okay, with this kind of being a cover 3 zone blitz, there certainly could be some, room over the middle potentially for, Purdy to make this throw. So Purdy takes a snap. He quickly reads the coverage and says, yeah, let's get it over to Samuel. But the corner here for Washington doing an all right job of coming in and trying to defend right now. So, something that on paper maybe looked like it was going to get wide open. In practice, there is a window, but it's a lot less open than maybe you were hoping for if you're Purdy pre-snap. But Purdy's throw is good, despite the, again, good coverage by Emmanuel Forbes Jr., who has not had a great year, but, did a good job on that one. Not good enough, though. Purdy gets it there quickly. Good stuff by Deebo, and they're able to pick up a nice completion there on that one. Also, going over here, we got to talk about Purdy's athleticism. I don't know why people don't bring this up ever, but he can move. He can make plays, not just by design. He's not just a quote-unquote game manager. He can have playmaking plays as well. I always kind of separate football into 2 chunks for a quarterback. There's the game manager stuff. How well do you run the offense? If, this route you see on the screen, if that's where Purdy wants to go, if that's where the offense wants to go, can you make that throw work? And then the second part is, if it doesn't work as designed and it's not open, can you still make something good happen? Watch as when Purdy takes the snap, the route is about to get open, but you see Purdy has to basically full out sprint at this point to avoid the pressure. So what do you do if you're Purdy? I mean, you could run with the football, and in fact, the defender who's covering Kyle Juszczyk on this play, he sees that Purdy could run with the football. So he steps in to defend Purdy. Purdy reads that, flips it to Juszczyk, and they pick up a first down right there. I mean, that looks like Lamar Jackson out there, right? Okay, I'm over-exaggerating a tad. But it's a really good play from Purdy to be able to do that. And these are types of things that he can consistently do for San Francisco. These aren't one-offs. He just does this. This play was another one where it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 situation. And listen, you're up 10 points with 9 minutes left. You're feeling good. But hey, crazier things have happened. Remember when the Titans came back for multiple scores to beat the Dolphins late in the game? If you can put it away, you want to put it away. Being up 17 is a lot better than being up 13. And for the Washington Commanders, they're saying, hey, we don't have to worry about a running play probably on this one. So let's just run a stunt. Let's have, our edge rusher kind of move in to get the right tackle to move towards the inside. The interior defensive lineman then can run outside to tackle. And watch how when this play begins, it is working. You see him get in position for Purdy to tackle him. And at this point, it just feels like it's over. This play is over. It is what it is. Okay, take the sack, and at least you're up 13. No big deal. Well, no, watch Purdy do, again, it's just great stuff. I mean, him being able to move around like that, it's just fantastic. He gets outside the pocket, and let's be honest, all of us who were watching the game, I was rooting for the Commanders in this one because Kyle locked up the 49ers, minus 13.5. So I was hoping for a field goal here, not a touchdown. But the second I saw this, before Purdy, before the camera panned over and we could see what's going on, we're immediately like, okay, well, they're about to score a touchdown here. You don't even have to look. You get that much time with these San Francisco receivers. Someone's going to get open. Purdy does hit Ayuk on this one. But again, that's playmaking, right? That's the play as designed did not work. What Shanahan dialed up was not going to work with just a game manager out there. They needed someone to make a play here as well, and Ayuk did, but also Purdy did. And these are the little things that they do that makes them so much more deadly with Purdy than they were with Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Garoppolo was a great game manager. He had his downsides, but he was a really good game manager. He just wasn't a playmaker. Purdy adds that playmaking aspect, which is what makes them so difficult to beat, unless you're Baltimore or, I guess, Minnesota. They did a pretty good job. They had that 3-game losing streak, with the Browns, the Bengals, and the, Vikings. But still, outside of that, they've been very tough to beat, and this is a lot of the reason why. Also, something like this, talking about playmaking. So it's a 3rd down and 3 situation early on in the game here. This is another thing that Purdy just brings to the table for the San Francisco 49ers. Watch as when the play begins. You see that there is a window up the middle for him to run through, but there's also a linebacker up the middle that he's going to have to pay attention to. However, watch Purdy, sprints up quickly. He makes a nice move that allows him to pick up the 1st down. Also does a pretty good job at protecting himself. Again, you might not want to do that on every play, but it's the playoffs at this point. Go ahead, take a hit whenever you have to, because they're in the playoffs. They're in the 1 seed at this point, which is really, really key for them. I think the 1 seed still does matter a lot. I think getting a bye week isn't quite as important as it once was. Because of the addition of the 7 seed, it means that, it used to be basically the 1 or 2 seed was always the team coming out of the conference. But now it's like the 1 seed, they might still have a really good chance to be the team that gets out of the conference. Maybe like a 50% chance, but that means a 50% chance that someone who wasn't the 1 seed gets out of the conference as well. But I still think there's a huge jump from the percentage from the 1 seed to the 2 seeds. So being able to just clinch that, lock it up, you feel great right now if you're San Francisco. And given the way this playoff structure could work out, I think they're either probably going to play Philadelphia or maybe the NFC South champion if Philadelphia loses in round 1. Maybe there's an upset, but again, you're probably looking at a wild card team or the NFC South champion. In fact, that's what it would be in round 1, which you feel pretty good about your odds in any of those scenarios. And then probably, again, just assuming they get to the conference championship, you're playing either Dallas or Detroit in there. You've already blown out Dallas. You haven't played Detroit yet, but again, the odds look really high for a San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl appearance. The NFC does not seem that strong, and they're just playing really good football, and a big part of it is Brock Purdy. Even though, some people want to give him all the credit, some people want to give him none of the credit. The reality is he deserves a good chunk of the credit. That's what I think about it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.